I'm Tifa Robles, and this is how Final Fantasy defines me. I was already as much of a gamer as an 11-year-old girl can be. I'd moved on from my Fisher-Price game on Commodore 64, which I started playing at 3 years old. At the age of 11 years old, I was into Myst, any Mario game that I could get my hands on. The original Metroid, Zelda: Link to the Past, that one was probably my favorite around this time. We had just gotten a fancy new PlayStation, and my brother started playing a game called Final Fantasy VII. Wanting to be just like him, I picked up any game that he did, so I also started to play this game. It was the most amazing experience of my life to that date. I fell absolutely in love with the characters, the art style, and organizing materia. The story hit me in ways that no other media had. I cried when characters died. I experienced my first bout of depression at the end of the first disc. A lot of people probably already know what happens there, but that was actually my first experience with grief and how I learned how to grieve. I thought that the way each character had a complex backstory and character growth throughout the game was incredible. I loved that my choices determined who went on a date with Cloud, among other aspects of the story. I replayed the game over and over again. I have played it far more times than I could count. I even played it pretty recently on the iPad. It's a game that I think I'll always go back to. When I was little, after I'd first played through the game, I watched my mom play, and I liked to dress up as Tifa and pretend to fight like her. I imagined that Aeris was my best friend and Cloud was my boyfriend. When I found out that there were more Final Fantasy games, I just had to have them all. I played through Final Fantasy VIII and IX and loved both of them as well. I actually think Final Fantasy IX is my favorite storyline of all time. Again, with these games, I fell in love with the character arcs related to the female protagonist and continued down the path, playing the original Final Fantasy game as well as Final Fantasy V and VI. My obsession with these games led to creating fan art, and by the time I was 14, I had planned out my own version of an RPG with a full spread of characters and a deep storyline for each one. I realized that I didn't have the resources or skills to create a video game, but I decided to turn it into a novel. That is how my passion for writing was born. I followed this passion all the way through college and received a degree in creative writing. During college, my friend group started calling me Tifa as a nickname. I totally embraced it, cosplayed as Tifa many times at a lot of conventions, and have now gone by the name Tifa for 11 years. Now in my life, I'm actually a freelance writer full-time, and the same novel that was inspired by my love of these JRPGs years ago is about to be finished and ready for editing. I expect it to be finished by the end of the year. It's all thanks to Final Fantasy. These games taught me how important character development is and how impactful stories can be on people's lives. I would love to hear from you what your favorite Final Fantasy game is. Please let me know in the comments below or on Twitter at Tifa Robles. If you liked this video, please like, comment, and subscribe for more. Thank you so much, and happy gaming.